I'm today with Jyotika Jhalani at her beautiful home in Sundarnagar. She's the creative director and founder of Janavi in 2000, right? As a design studio for hand embroidered Kashmir products, servicing European fashion houses. Jyotika, how are you?
It's great to be here, sharing my journey with you.
Yes, but we're all anticipating. And now, why the name Janavi?
So, Janavi is another name for the river Ganga. The river always inspires me because it's unstoppable. And when I decided to start Janavi, the name kind of kept coming up along with the sun, which is our logo, which has been a very important part of my life. And
Yes.
that's why I feel it's very important to be positive and shining like the sun.
Good. Now, the first time I met you, I think a year ago now, I was very impressed about your instincts about people. You have a gift. Have all the people, you think, come into your life for a reason?
Absolutely. I think we all have a journey,
Mm-hmm.
and we keep meeting and navigating our life through thick and thin, ups and downs. And everybody who comes into your life comes in for a reason to either share a great friendship as a business partner or as people who are working with you, or then, of course, great friends.
Great
who are
friends,
always there,
of course,
yes.
of course. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, your label retails out of more than 50 department stores, right? Saks, Harvey Nichols, or?
Yeah, well, we've been selling at stores internationally, from Bergdorf Goodman
Right.
to Selfridges to, yes, Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, yes. These are, to name a few.
Name a
And
few,
lot-
of course, yes.
And a lot of boutiques.
A lot of boutiques.
Lane Crawford has been one of our big stores
Oh,
in
wow.
Hong Kong.
Yes,
as well.
in Hong Kong, yes. But it started very small. The seed of the idea. It was a seed of an idea, in your son's room, I believe.
Yes, well, I don't have a background in fashion,
No.
and I've never really thought that I would have ever started something today, which is reached a stage where I started with the idea of taking Indian craftsmanship, embroideries to international houses. The brand today is about almost 20-25 years old, and what's been great is that we've been able to show what India is really good at, which
Yes.
is great creativity and great craftsmanship.
Now, I want to know something. Are you a spiritual person? And do your designs reflect that? Your motifs, for example?
Well, yes, I would definitely call myself a spiritual nomad. It's
Nomad.
been a long journey getting to where I am today, and finding out that every day you discover something new about being. I have had lots of people come into my life, masters like Satguru, Sri Ravi Shankar, Osho. And today I've realized one thing, that a simple chant of Nam-myoho Renge Kyo grounds you.
Which you, every day,
Well, yes.
Morning.
Well, yeah, it's something that I get up to every morning, yes.
wonderful.
And I think it's just the resonance, and anybody who's there in your life is there for a reason, as we talked about
Yes,
earlier.
of course. Now, I want to know a little bit about your heritage to better understand your journey. So, a little bit about your parents, your education. You were the middle child?
Yes, I was, and I am still the middle child. My father
Yes.
and mother both come from, Kashmir, post-partition. And we grew up pretty much every summer. Our parents moved to Delhi, so we didn't really grow up with the rest of the family in Kashmir. But every summer we spent 2 to 3 months in the valley. So that's been really our growing up. I got married at a very young age. I was only 20.
Wow.
2 young kids came after.
Yes. Their names, quickly?
Karthikeya and Karishma.
Karishma, yes.
Almost 40 and 41 this year. So I think going back, and my mother has been, and she's still around, unfortunately, I lost my father at a very young age. I was only 17, he was 50.
Your father was your role model.
Yes, he was. My father was a very well-known golfer of his time, Bilu Sethi. He actually represented the country and played a great game of golf and brought golf onto the international scene as far as India is concerned.
His pictures at the entrance of the Delhi Golf Club.
At the golf club, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. So he was a great, I would say, legend and a great inspirer for me because I think what he believed in was excellence and not compromising in life or anything.
And your pieces reflect hope, and your memories of Kashmir was part of your childhood, of course. Do you today look back with a certain nostalgia? Any memories you could share with us? Your grandfather owned a cinema.
Well, yes, that was my a family member. Yes,
Yes.
They had the Broadway cinema, and we spent our summers there watching films on repeat 20-25 times because a film would run for a month.
Wow.
And that was a great fun part. But playing golf in Gulmarg, riding, all of these, and of course being amongst the most beautiful, gardens full of flowers, magnolias, and just about every rose that I can think about, whether it was in my grandfather's house, which was called Rose Villa.
Rose Villa,
Yes.
actually. Yes. So you carry these fragrances, these memories with you, and your pieces reflect a design for all ages. I mean, you wrap your shawl around you, you immediately feel a sense of your own identity. Have you struggled to stay true to your identity?
So I think for me, design, like I said, since I didn't go to any formal design school, it just comes from my environment. It comes from what I see, my travels, everywhere. My inspirations could be anything from a trip to Turkey or way back to Kashmir, where the flowers were. So there are a lot of flowers, butterflies, dragonflies, and fun motifs which are adorning our shawls. And then of course we have a lot of history from Kashmir. So we've kept to the original ethos, but we've broken it up with a fact that the shawl today is being worn internationally by everybody. So we've taken the ethnicity away from it.
Right.
And given it more a life of its own, and so it actually, each shawl has the style that a woman could actually make her own.
It's a fact, all right, that founders are usually male, okay? Now, founders are a type, a certain type. You broke that mold. You stood out. Was it tough initially?
So, I mean, I wouldn't say anything is easy or tough. I think it's just the way you look at it. Starting from scratch with no real background in design, not really having any, family that pushed me into doing this. I think it was just my belief in myself and thinking I could do it. And that's what pushed me, and the absolute love of all my artisans and everybody around me who was constantly creating beautiful things. So I think that part of the journey in the initial phases was really, really a beautiful one.
Wow. India is very rich in culture. We have a tradition of crafts and textile. We are drawn to it, aren't we? Do you agree that there is no limit to creativity and inspiration? Where do you look for inspiration? Traveling?
I think that question is absolutely right. I think India is such a great country with so much heritage and culture, which really is there from centuries. We are a very colorful country, and I love color. And I think whether it's in Rajasthan or whether you go, further deeper into India, everything reminds you of the very special flavors of India, whether it's the food, whether it's the people, the diversity in just about everything. And I think my inspiration really is the fact that we are as diverse as we are, and it can come from, like you said, travels, it could come from nature. I love nature.
Yes.
And I love the fact that, we can, create from a butterfly, which became one of our biggest selling shawls way back 20 years ago.
Yes. What are the challenges for Indian brands today? Is it funding, investment? In your
I
opinion?
think the biggest challenge today for Indian brands is the fact that the quality, the sustainability, and the ability to actually keep up to what standards. Everything is handmade out here mostly, and we're not so highly mechanized. And for Indian brands, to keep to that, that's a big challenge.
And your flagship stores are?
We have a store at the Emporio Mall,
Yes.
the DLF Emporio, and the DLF Chanakya Mall in India. These are our two stores of our own.
Beautiful. Yes. Now, which foreign designer do you find inspiring today, and why?
So to me, I think there are a lot of them, but Christian Dior, I think was a great designer, real couturier, who managed to create the brand, and then of course it grew. But the atelier in Paris,
Yeah.
and making everything by hand.
Wow.
There are a lot of them who have Coco Chanel.
Yes.
Was a great inspiration as well. Yes.
To you personally. You worked at the World Bank for a while, yes? And at that time you were working at the World Bank, were you nurturing the idea of building a community through your passion, which is Janavi? Janavi is a community. Do you see it like that?
I do. I don't think I thought about it when I was at the bank, because even though I spent 10 years there, I never thought that I would get into fashion or creating a brand. I'm still in the space as to, a brand is something that has to be really nurtured and grown and marketed. We're getting into a whole new world now to understand what branding means to
Right.
Janavi.
Right. I have a quote I want to pass by you, right? The true meaning of life is to plant trees under whose shade you do not expect to sit. Now, this is the essence of leaving a legacy like yours. Doing good, work, family, building for the benefit of future generations. Is that what do you agree?
So, Samar, I've never really had a plan or a roadmap. I just go with what I have felt is right, So leaving a legacy, of course, I have two beautiful children. I'd love for them to see where they would like to take the brand going further. But I just think that what's really, really interesting is to be able to see how we've been able to create things with the artisans, with people who've been working with me, who have invested so much time and energy into believing that Janavi as a brand is very special and unique.
Of course. Now, today Delhi is your home. Today you have been able to build an amazing network. Did that take time? What's next for you?
What's in store, I wouldn't really know, but definitely I think I would like to start spending a little more time, doing the things I love. I've started painting again.
Wonderful.
And my life is taking a journey towards, I would say, a new form, Work is great, and I think I've spent 45 years working.
Yes.
But I think balance is really necessary.
Well, thank you very much for having us here.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you.
That's it.